Hey Hebrew fans, this is Todd. So last we left, I had my flow of lava looking like this. And the camera right now, it doesn't look too bad, but let me get a closer look on this. And you can see it is very pixelated. Very pixelated indeed. Because the way, the parts that I used. And so, I have went and got some different diffusers that I'm going to try to see if we can hopefully not get this so pixelated on this lava flow. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to pull this lava flow off and try different diffusers and see what works and what doesn't work. And what's funny is during this whole time I still have my man-at-arms and Tila waiting to be rescued. Whatever happened, will He-Man come and rescue them someday? Because they are still trapped up on top of Snake Mountain. Mountain. Because I want to finish my lava flow to do my stop motion of these two people trapped up on the mountain. So let's go ahead and get some lights on and let's have some fun messing with this and see if we can't get it to work. Lights on. Let's do this thing. Let's do this thing. Alright, let me zoom out. So let me first go ahead and turn off all the power to this. Open this up. Let me take you around to the back tour lot. The back lot tour. So here you can see is the back of this. The back side. And I have my power battery right here. And then I have this little 9-volt battery plug-in. I'll move this microphone away a little bit so I'm not yelling at you guys. And so this turns off the side lights. You can see them turning off and on. This controls the flow, the animation. And this controls the lights on the bottom. There we go. Now it's all disconnected and turned off. Now, it does burn through the batteries awfully fast with all those lights on. So now, I have to take a screwdriver and I have to remove the screws. There are two down here, one here, and one on the other side. And two, let me see if I can get this adjusted so you guys can see, right where the housing is of this flooring. So I'm going to pull this flooring off. There we go. I gotta find a place to sit this so I don't break it or forget where I put it. And you can see the other screws are right here and right there. Now, it was a pain to get this all to sit in here. So I'm a little afraid about pulling it off because hopefully I can get it all back in here later on. So let's go and pull these screws off. And I think I'm going to do a little bit different redesign. I don't like this white paperish stuff. And what it is it's a really high reflective mirror type situation. And it's made to pull this back cover off. It's like a sticky vinyl. And I use this to try to reflect the lights back so I wasn't wasting a lot of wet light. But I don't think it's really necessary because those lights are so bright. But it is kind of a cool Mylar type of stuff. But again, if you have this side showing, the white side, it looks kind of weird for Snake Mountain. So I do want to pull that off and we go with a different solution. So let's see what we have for choices here and figure this out. Alright, let me roll my sleeves up to get ready to take this thing apart. Okay. The fun of waiting for Hebrew to roll his sleeves up. Let's go. Now the nice part about me not doing this live is you can fast forward past these slow bowling parts of watching me take out screws or whatever else, or you can just sit back and relax and say, you know, it's part of the process. Now, because these screws are installed in plastic, you want to be very careful not to strip them out, because they will strip very easily, being they are actually in plastic. Alright, let's go into these two upper ones. Oh, there we go. So, when Super 7 designed this castle, the reason why it's so hard to light this area is normally just put a big light in the inside, be done with it. But because this floor is in the way and it has this spot right here, this area right up here gives you almost no room at all to get things done. So you can see this small little area. Get this adjusted here. Stay. Right here gives almost no room between the front of the lava flow and this little spot to get your lighting solution in there. So that's why it's so difficult to get this thing lit up. And I've seen some pretty cool looking solutions. Alright, now let's go ahead and go back to the other side. And let's get this thing off of there. Now I'm going to unplug this light right here so I have it connected up so I can just unplug that. And on this light it's the same way. I can just unplug it. So now you can kind of see what this is. Here's the mirror piece, and I cut 2 holes to match where the screw holes are. And that comes off. There's my mirror side. And then here is my animated piece, and then here is my super bright lights that go on the outside, and here are my lights I had on the bottom. And I'm going to reuse these and put them more in the center than on the bottom this time. So I think I'm going to hang them on this hook right here and bring them down the other way, so they're not just sitting at the bottom. I think it's kind of a waste of light. If I want to, I could throw some other lights down there instead of wasting these cool strip lights. Alright, so now let's go ahead and look at the different diffusers I have picked out. Let's move some stuff out of the way so we can see what diffusers will work the best for this solution. This solution, every time I hear someone say the solution, I always think of a science class where they had the liquid you would use, whatever it was, and the science teacher would call it the solution. And then meet in math class and they would talk about the solution and it meant something totally different. Okay, so I have gotten 3 different kinds of diffusers. Now, somebody online told me just to take hot glue and coat this with hot glue. That sounds like a good idea, but the problem is let's say I coat it with hot glue and then I realized that was not the right solution to use. Now I'm stuck with it, and this is kind of spendy just to be doing that. Now this is rubber coated and kind of sticky, and even the chips you can't feel when you move over them. Let me go ahead and run this by itself so we can see how it works. Let me get the rest of the parts to it. There we go. Now it does have a warning on the instructions that it runs out of power while you're using it. You could actually damage the circuits. I mean, it only has 2 lights left. You have to be careful that I don't get too low on power. So let's go ahead and plug this back in. Oh, these newfangled devices. Alright, there we go. Plug that in. Plug this in. And there is my lava flow, and now you can see why it's so pixelated. Because it is pixelated. There's a lot of space between all those little spots. So, there it is. So now, let's go ahead, and I have, like I said, 3 diffusers. I have this white diffuser. It's supposed to be a gel-filled diffuser that I bought. And it comes with different... 3 different levels of, maybe 4 different levels, I don't know. Each one is more diffused than the last. We'll try them all. I may have to use more than one. And then I was afraid this might make it look too pinkish through the paper, so I found the same thing, but this time it's black diffuser material. So we'll try that too, because I don't want it to look all pastel-y when we're done. So I thought maybe the black diffuser might work better. And then, of course, I have my last one, which is just standard parchment paper. Very inexpensive. And this is made for baking. So I figured if it's made for baking, it can handle the heat of these lights. So let's try the parchment paper first, because it's cheap and my wife would be the happiest. So just sticking it on there, just one shot, you can see it actually... does quite a lot of diffusion. I'm surprised how much better that looks just by doing that. It makes the dots look a whole lot bigger. Let's try a double layer. Double layer! Now you get down to 2 layers and it still has some diffusion. The problem is though I can't get this pulled away. If I could pull it away from it, it looks great. But because it's such a tight area, I don't have the luxury of pulling this away from it. Alright, so we know how that one looks. Let's go and try the white diffuser, because that's what I have already sitting out here. So let's try the thin one first. And again, the same situation. When you pull it out, it looks a little better. It does blur it. Only one direction, left and right, not up and down. So I guess if you do it at an angle, or if we use 2 of them. Let's try the next level of diffusion. This one here. And again, it doesn't look much different. Oh, see, it sticks to it. It's so weird. Now again, if I can pull it away, it looks better, but still it looks very pixelated. Now it just looks like large blocks instead of small blocks. Alright, let's go to the next layer. The next thickness. There we go, number 3. And again, it does not look that much different. Let's do all 3 of them. Yeah, it's not going to diffuse it much. And it just sticks to it so much. And I don't know the heat ratio of this either, how well it's going to hold up under the heat. Well, being it's made for, you know, really big lights, it may hold up pretty well. Let's go and try the black diffuser now. The black diffuser. You know, I think I might be going with that baking paper from what I've seen so far, so... Oh, come on, black diffuser paper. Work with me. Work with me. There we go. Pull off these ends. The nice part is Amazon has free returns, so if these do not work to my liking, I can return them. I will have the link to the description in the bottom for all 3 of these. So if you decide, well, Hebrew, I actually liked the way it... Whoa! Well, that is like not just diffusing, but it just kills my light too. So the black is completely out because it just you can see the difference between where it's covered and where it's not. It just literally kills. I don't see much diffusion going on. It just blocks out the light like sunglasses. And so the black is definitely out. Now the black does have its merits. If you had too bright of a light somewhere, you could use this to, I guess they call it diffusing, but really it's blocking more than diffusing. Alright, back into... Now I don't know which one was the black one. I think this one was. Okay, so it's either the parchment paper or the white diffuser. And I'm really leaning towards the parchment paper. I think that gives me the most bang for my buck. I think it worked the best out of all of them. Which I know sounds funny because the other one's made for diffusing. But even if it doesn't, if it still looks blocky, at least it makes the lights bigger. And maybe once I put the lava back on there, it will, oh, no, I got crud on there. It's the foam from the black pack. And because this is sticky, and it's sticking to it. Alright, so let's do some slicing and dicing. Now my goal is to get this paper to be as far away from this as possible. I don't want it right on. If I can get it a little ways away, it'll look better. So the best way to do this is to mount it to the inside of this, not to mount it against this. This will give me a little bit more room, and it will help diffuse this light too. So let's take a look and see if we can't get this to work. Now, being it's paper, it will be a little more giving than that, than the mirror paper was, because that was not very forgiving on. Sorry, I should aim this on there so you guys can see what the heck I'm doing. Poke a hole. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and cut this down. I'll chop it smaller later after I get it all repacked. It's just something manageable. Let's go ahead and stick these lights in first. Foist. Poke a hole in there too. Let's just see just how this looks by itself without even adding on the extra lights yet or anything else. That does not want to stay. Once I add the other lights, though, it will help push it in place. Stay, man, stay. You can do it. Now that does help diffuse that already. I can see that. That's going to be cool. Okay, let's turn this back off. Oop. Let's go ahead and get the next set of lights. Now these lights, originally I had just sitting in the bottom of it, which I thought would be cool, but in retrospect, it's a waste of those lights just sitting down there because these lights are kind of spendy. So I think instead I'm going to hang them high in the middle. I've been thinking about this for a while, how I want to do this. So these lights are extremely bright. Let me show you. Let me show you. Plug that in. Plug this in here. Oh, I just dropped them. Oh, look at those. Look at it. So let's go ahead and kill all these. I don't want to ruin my thing by running out of power. I got another one over here. Yeah, it's down to one light left, so it's time to charge this thing. Yes, I bought 3 of them just in case. I knew it was going to kill the batteries quick. So let's take a look at this one. This one's down to 2 pegs. This one I think is fully charged. There we go. We'll use the 2-pegger for now just so we can kill it and charge it too. So my thought was to take and hang these. It's going to get messy quick, I can tell. I can tell it's going to be messy. So it keeps getting hung up on the power supply because of the weight of it. Okay, so if I was to hang these by these 2 spots right here and just let that droop like this, then it will put extra light in the bottom and separate these at the top. So let's take a look here. Stop hanging up. So this goes like that. This hook goes over the top. And I'm just going to literally hook these right like that. And that will give us some extra lava lights coming through. It should look pretty cool. Okay, so these ones go on the ends. Like this. You're probably asking yourself, how in the world is this going to all work? It will work. Once we get our last piece in, it will force the... There we go. There we go. There we go. Oop, I dropped my battery. Let's set that right there. Oh, it unhooked. Okay. Ah! Okay, let's try this again. Let's try this again, shall we? I may have to use some blue tape temporarily just to hold this until I get them all organized. Okay, that goes there, that goes there, this goes there. Bump, bump, bump. Ba-dum, ba-dum, bump, bump, bump. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. This baking paper is making life a little harder than it should. question is, will blue tape stick to this baking paper? We shall see. I'm guessing it won't. Hey, it does. Kind of. Okay. Now we are going to hook the second set of lights up. It's just like Christmas. We got our Christmas lights. And I want this down, around town, bring it on over, hook it in, put it down. All right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Then we got some crazy lava lights now. That will be cool. Okay. Now that I have this all in there, let's now take this. And the reason why I wanted those lights laid in there is these will also act as spacers to keep this a little bit further away from the diffuser, hopefully. I need a better method besides this blue tape. This is just not cutting the mustard here. Oops, I'm gonna unplug this. Okay. Get on your own side. Get in your own lane. Pull off the blue tape now that I have my diffuser in there. And I got my animated light in there. And let's just see how this all performs. Okay. First things first, animated light. Check. Center lights. Untangle and check. Side lights on. Center lights on. Animation on. Flip it over. I don't know. I mean, it is more lit up, but you can't see the animation as well. Oh, you know what? I got these lights all on. There we go. Yeah, it's a little bit harder to see the animation in the background, but the lava is definitely lit up. You can kind of see some animation going. But the lava is definitely a lot brighter. Lights on. Okay. I think we have to cut around this piece first. And let's see. Don't hit the lights, Hebro. I need to cut more of the bottom off anyway. And now let's cut this side. It's okay if it's not perfect, so we tucked into the castle on both sides anyway, so it's just to make sure I don't have any open holes. Chop. Now across the top. I'm going to use the little scissors for this. Little scissors, chop, chop, chop. Because this you will see on the outside, up at the top. So okay. Alright, let's put this on there. We'll open it up and put the screws back in. We'll see how it all looks once it's put together. I'm guessing it's not going to be all I was hoping it would be. We shall see. I don't think so. These diffusers are going back to Amazon because they were not much help. I think they would be normally under normal circumstances, but for something like this and I can't get any distance, I don't think it was much help. Oop! There goes my camera. Now it's loose. Alright, back to Amazon for you and the black one. Scissors out of here before I end up hurting myself. Let me line this up so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. So I'm going to throw the battery packs in there, throw all the wires in there, and then make sure my lights are on the outside of the screws. Oh, there goes my camera. No. I just have it too far away from the beginning of the rig, so it's having a hard time gripping. We'll see how that works. Okay. Oh, come on, come on. Almost. So close. Too many moving parts. Okay. Probably get in your guys' way a lot during this video, but we'll see. Hopefully I will not be in your way most of the time while I'm trying to put this back together. So I'm trying to funnel these wires around the screw tabs for the outside lights. And so when I push them in, if you can see this or not, that the wires are going on the outside of these screw spots, which will hold them up above, outside, outside. right, the top looks good. The bottom's starting to look good. Okay, I have them right where I want them. Where's my screwdriver? Screwdriver! There we go. Now it's time. I'm not going to add the mirror back in because I think the mirror part is just not going to do what we want anyway. One more screw. Now, one thing I did notice right off the bat as I'm putting this together is the mirror piece helped hold all this in. And now I realize, now that the mirror piece is not there, I don't have the same amount of force holding this in. Before it went across the whole piece and was kind of sandwiched in there. So we'll see how this works. I'm a little afraid that by not having that mirror piece in there, I may be making it so that it might fall out easier. But who knows? Maybe it'll give us more distance so the diffraction will look better. So let's go ahead and plug in our animation first. And I'm going to run just the animation module. And let's see how that looks. I'm going to plug in the other light though so it's ready to be plugged in easily. I'm not going to plug it into power yet. Let's turn it around. Turn it around town. Okay, so it does still look pixelated, but not as bad as it did. I think that does help a little bit. I mean, you can still tell the squares are blocky, but I don't think it looks quite as pixelated. All right, I can see here I got to cut some more of this. My light's also on the outside. Okay. I got some more work to do. it all, but I do not. The light on this side ended up going outside the lava, so it's actually sitting outside the lava on the other side of the play, which is probably why it's hard to get these all the way in. Go. Oh, that's the wrong one. Outside screw hole. You know what? I wish I could tuck this in later. Too many wires over there. These go in, these go out. You know, if I was to tuck one in and one out, that might give me better lighting anyway. Let me try that. Oh. And it all fell apart. Let's go ahead and pull it back out. Oh. Okay. Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. There we go. There we go. Hang those lights. This time let's just tuck one out instead of two. Okay. Let's get these all untangled and start over. There we go. Okay, my battery pack was flipped, and that was causing my lights to get more tangled. Why I got this open, let's cut some off the bottom. I don't know why I didn't do that earlier. Everything else looked really good except for the bottom part on this wax paper. I know I cut it thinking, oh, I'll get to it later, and I never did. So let's get to it now. I know I'm probably yelling in the microphone because I'm so close to it right now. I'm trying to talk quiet. Really, I am. Okay, okay. There we go. Whew. Okay. Wunderbar. Now I just hook that right up there. Run just one wire on the outside. Not the knot all twisted up anymore. I can see now my wire got a little mangled by pulling that other wire over it. Tedious. Tedious. Okay. Oh. Oh. Okay, now that I have that, let's carefully drape this one in the middle, and then up and around this. And we'll just tuck the plug into the bottom. Burp. There, tuck that in there, tuck that in there. Did my light over here die? That's what happened, huh? There we go. Thought I know something looks darker. Okay. All right. 25th time's the charm. I wonder if I can fit that through on this side. No. Ever play that game Impossible Mission? That's what I feel like I'm playing right now. Burp, burp, burp. Burp, burp, burp. All right. Now this is sticky, so it keeps grabbing onto my wires and messing them up. So let's see if we can't. Yeah, I think my battery on my other light has died. Okay, we got that tucked in. Now let's see if we can't cheat and go through the center here. Oh yeah, that made life a little bit easier. Okay, I got the two top pieces in. And now for the bottom, which has, of course, come undone, because that's what this thing keeps doing to me. I'm tempted to put those screws in now at the top, just so it holds it a little bit. It's not too tight, so I can still mess with this down here without breaking it. Hop. One side. Oh, I got the other side too. Alright, just for kicks, let's just do the non-animated lights and see how it looks. But I'm going to plug these in so they're ready to go. Just not going to plug it into the power source. And we'll plug this one in so it's ready to go. Okay, we'll turn these ones on. And we'll plug these ones in. Let's take a look and see how it looks on the other side with just the wires. These ones didn't light up. Tell me, oh, there we go. Thought I ruined them for a second. It's like, no. Okay, so here's just the lights with no animation. And not too shabby. You know, so if you just wanted to light up your lava, it kind of works. It's nice little ribbons. Got it all in there. Kind of cool. Now let's add the animation in. Alright, here goes. Okay, so you kind of get some feeling of motion in there, hopefully. Where is my phone? There it is. Let's see if the brightness is all the way up on there. I gotta recharge my other light too. Okay. Where is my LED? Connected. And it's all the way bright already. So that's as bright as it's going to get. Now, it's kind of hard to see because the camera is actually trying to, makes it just a little bit too bright. Let's see if I can't dim this camera down at all. There we go. So you can kind of see the lava behind there flowing once I dimmed it down. I don't know. So those other lights are just so bright, it just takes away from the lava flow. Where's that blue tape? Blue tape. I don't know where I threw it at now. It's in the dark. Well, I got a chunk of blue tape here left over from when I used it for my wires. We'll just use that for now until I can get something else more permanent in here. If I had something to go across right here. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments what you think. When you can see some lava flow behind there. I guess that could work. It's not quite exactly what I was looking for, but it's probably as good as I'm going to get. Still pixelated. But at least now with all the brightness, it does look more lava-like because it's so bright. Oh well, I think that's it. I think I'm done. That's as far as it's going to get. Anyway, the parts I used are in the description. Check them out. And like, subscribe, tell your friends. And I will see you guys next video. And hopefully I'll have something cool to show again. Bye now.
If you found enjoyment, like, subscribe, and read.